Hey. You will not let me out of the car. Man, it's difficult to get stuff done here in wintertime because either the weather is really bad or the sun sets really early. So, but I managed to get out here in due time, so we hopefully can capture the sunset and test out the 190, the latest version of the DJI Fly App. So let's get airborne and get out here in the open sea. This is Esrum Lake, where we have been before. It starts by saying there's a signal interference, so that's cool. We're off for a really good start. So you see the sun here that is setting very nicely over this little harbor. You can see it's very you can see the nice snow landscape. The RC interference that we just saw, that might be related to me sitting in the car. So, also see some small breakups. So this is how it goes sometimes. Let's just fly a little bit around here. There is very few petrol driven boats here around this lake because that's not allowed. You need a special permission to do it. So most of it is actually driven by electricity or just pure wind. So there's the restaurant that we sometimes go to. Let's just try and fly a little bit over there and have a look what is going on. There's a lot of birds below. Might need to be a little bit careful there. Right now the footage is 4K 30 FPS. It is underexposed, like I prefer, because then I can brighten it a little bit in post and sort of make sure that I have the highlights preserved, which is something you need to look out for when you're flying during winter time. So you can see the castle in the background. Let's just stop here for a sec. Maybe I can go up. I'm allowed to go up to 120 meters. So I just turn the camera here a little bit. Keep saying that I'm not allowed to go higher, but that's not true. I'm allowed to go to 120 meters, and this is where we will stop. So I can just put in some magnification here, so now you can see the castle. Let's just fly a little bit, create a little bit of movement here. That's always nice. I can zoom out again here just by using the scroll wheel here in the back. This is the Fredensborg city. Look, it's so beautiful here during sunset. So just backing out here a bit. Let's just stop the video here for a second and make sure that we have some of the other stuff working. So we stop the video and then we flash it into, or not flash it, we put it into vertical mode. You can lower the altitude a little bit. Then we should start the recording here. So we're moving in here towards the Skipper House, which is a restaurant. It's a very nice place to go in the summertime. There's also no issues doing that. And now there's a lot of birds. So let's see what we else can do here. I think we will switch it back into normal mode just by hitting this one. Oh, not this one, the other one. And it turns around, so we get the 16x9. So what we can do here is we can take a few photos maybe. We want to do that to make sure that this part is working as well. So let's just enable the JPEG plus RAW. You can see the exposure is neutral. If we take that down, maybe one stop below, then we have much better protection of the highlights here. Go a little bit closer here. I think this is a nice photo. So let's just take one of those. It is actually true 48 megapixel because the 12 megapixels is done by binning of 4 pixels. So that's why a 48 megapixel is actually reduced to only being 12 megapixels inside the drone. So if you use the 48 megapixel mode, you're using every single one of those pixels. In that way you can create a true 48 megapixel image. Let me just get back to video here. We're running fast out of time and also out of battery. So basically what happens is that if you're using the 48 megapixel option, you're using every single pixel that is available. And that requires a lot more light than if you're just using the 12 megapixel standard version of the image. which is, as I said, binning 4 pixels of the 48 pixels, leading to a 12 megapixel image. Let's just see if we can test out the active track, make sure that that is okay. And we can do that several ways. Let's just do that by tracking the car here. See if we can do that. Hey, car. Car. Yeah, so the car is tracked here. Because I'm not moving the car, I can simply just move the drone. Then the drone will work and do whatever it can to keep the track of the car. And that also seems to work very nicely. So if I try to go towards the car and maybe go up, you can see that it's tilting the gimbal automatically. Keep the car in the center of the frame. The same happens if I go back and maybe I lower it, see? And maybe I'm going to one side here, like this. And then it will eventually lose it because it's just becoming a dot in the horizon. So that works nicely. There was no issues with that. So as far as I can see, we're in a pretty good shape with 109. The biggest risk here is colliding with some of these birds that are in the water down here. That's could be an issue. No doubt about that. Let's just try one of the quick shots. When we still have enough battery left to do it, then I will jump in, take a quick shot on something that's further away, and I don't want it in 1080p. That's only for wimps. I want it in the big format because then we can always do stuff with it. So let's just shift it around and do maybe, let's do a rocket. I want to be really naughty and go to 80 meters. Let's do that. See what happens. And this is a nifty trick that I have picked up from my good friend Gavin HR, that actually showed that these quick shots can be used to a lot more than just doing like close-up quick shots. They can use to generate some really, really nice, stunning images because it's kind of smooth compared to if you do it manually. So see, apart from everything is being blown out right now. Let's just try and go back and repeat this little trick here again. Let's see what we can do. Go down in further down here. We need at least to let this let it go. One stop underexposed. It's too much the other one. Keep an eye on the altitude here. So we're 30 meters above sea level, but let's try it like this and repeat, rinse and repeat. So now it's working. And we are running out of sunlight. We are still having a little bit of sun left. And we have not been flying for very long, but it's I can just say that yeah, again, it's being overexposed. So the strategy needs to be different if you need to sort of capture this the right way. You see the exposure changes from when we are down below. So now the quick shot was complete. Let's fly back and see if we can get the drone down. I want some video while I'm doing this. It looks so pretty when you're doing video. So now we're flying back. Wonder what this dude is up to. If we were about to run into problems. Ui. Birdie, 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 nom nom. Let's get over land here. And get the drone back down safe. And no, this is not a handicap spot. It's next to a handicap spot. So just bash down in the comments. We are back on the ground. Hello? Hello? I'm being attacked. The birds are coming to get me. They want revenge over the drone. Man, this is a big bird. I wonder how I'll get the drone. Hey, hey, hey. It will not let me out of the car. All right, that's kind of a challenge. My car is guarded by a big swan, so it'll be interesting to see how I get hold of the drone. No, so let's just. I'm pretty sure that I've installed the right stuff here, and it's kind of stupid to do this test flight without actually verifying that we are running the right things. So 109 and is the app version, and the aircraft firmware is also the correct one. The RC firmware is 01020200. And I actually forgot one thing, which was one of the things that we got with this firmware, was to check that we have sort of the maps available offline. This is not connected to anything like it is right now. So I can just go in here and see what happens. Yeah, I'm getting some maps here. So now they left. Whoa, no, not that one. Shit. What? Wait. Hello. How weird is this? What is it doing? It's just waiting for me to step out. Or what? If it's either people or animals that are out to get me. Hey. I'll probably end up backing out the car. Man, no. What? What is this a bird farm or what is happening? Is this a... Hey, guys and girls. I'm running into problems here. There's no doubt about that. So I probably need to back out the car to get hold of the drone. Man, how crazy is this? At least I'm inside a car. It's like this Hitchcock movie where guys are being attacked by birds. Man. No. Okay. Let's see what I can do about this. See if I can actually. I think I have a trick here. So now the big one is going. Let's see if I can sneak out. So. So I have everything on board here. I will pack up and I will go home. But I would say this is, at least from a flying perspective, this was a successful test. I managed to survive. Both the drone and me managed to survive all the birds that were out here in the area. So, in case you want to know how to install these offline maps or get those to work, I made a separate video about that, and you can watch that through this card. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give it a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.